Alert weather, winter alert.
Right now on 7 News, we are under a winter alert as heavy snow continues to fall across the DMV. A live look right now from our first alert weather storm tracker, which is currently in Silver Spring. Looks like wherever they are, the plows have not made it through yet. Good Sunday morning to you, Washington. I'm Adriana Hopkins.
And I'm Kelly Lynn. We thank you so much for joining us on our special live coverage of this winter storm. 7 News is on your side all morning long. We will be covering winter weather conditions all across the DMV for the next few hours. And our first alert weather team will be streaming all day long on our website, WJLA.com.
The D.C. region is under this winter storm warning until 4 a.m. tomorrow. This morning, 7 News is on your side with team coverage helping you get ready. Reporters Christian Flores and Felicia Ashley, they're out checking on conditions in Virginia and D.C. But we begin this morning with our first alert weather team. Meteorologists Eileen Whalen and Jordan Evans lead us off with a look at the current conditions.
It's snowing. Good morning, everybody. It's like finally here.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been talking about this system for quite some time.
Yeah, it took us until late January, which, you know, is typical. Sometimes we go a whole winter without any snow. But here we are, winter storm number 1. Maybe it'll be the last. I don't know. It's still up to get through February.
Time will tell.
And the groundhog still has to make a decision by next week.
We'll wait to see what the rodent has to say. But your trusted first alert weather team is here, and kind of the big things that we're tracking. You know, some of that moderate to heavy snow fell while you were sleeping, but especially here in D.C., sleet is definitely mixing in, and we're going to be now dealing with this wintry mix that's going to be with us for the rest of the day, tapering off after 8 p.m. But the sub-freezing temperatures that we have now are going to be with us for the rest of the week. Let's look at some current conditions. Leesburg, Virginia, right now still snow, 14 degrees. These are air temperatures. 16 right now in D.C. with that sleet reported. Look at that wind. So we definitely have lower wind chills. And in Gaithersburg, still a good bit of snow, but the snowflakes aren't quite as big and fat as they were before. So maybe even seeing this camera, a little bit of that mix working in. I will say sometimes the radar has a hard time determining the specific precipitation type, but where you're seeing the blue predominantly snow and more of that mix. But even though central Virginia right now showing a good bit of snow on our radar, it for the most part is that sleet that is beginning to work its way in. And I know a lot of people are like, how could it be, you know, doing anything but snowing when temperatures are so low? But as we've been talking about, you know, kind of explaining, I think people are starting to remember it's like, oh wow, weather doesn't just happen here, you know, at the surface, but it happens all the way up through the sky. You know what it's like if you've been on an airplane. But wind chills will go from the single digits into the lower teens this afternoon. But as for additional snowfall totals, Jordan, I think we've seen kind of the bulk of our accumulation. I do think we'll see a little bit more, but any of that sleet accumulation may actually kind of compact our current snow depths right now.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of this is because of what's going on upstairs, 2,000 to 3,000 feet up. That's where the temperature starts to expand. Above 32, and that's what's going to happen today as we go from snow to sleet to freezing rain. The atmosphere warm layer is going to do this. It's going to expand, and the more it expands, that's where you get the opportunity for freezing rain, because the freezing layer at the surface really starts to be quite thin, only maybe 1,000 feet tall. So that's the opportunity for rain to fall, then it freezes on contact. Now, we're not expecting a widespread blockbuster ice storm, at least not for us. There are parts of the country that are unfortunately dealing with that, but still, we're going to track this throughout today, and that thin glazing of ice will be enough for at least some extra issues late tonight. So here's what we're talking about. There's the warm layer at 10,000 feet, 33 degrees, and notice that expands to 5,000 feet. So we are above freezing from 10 to 5,000 feet by this afternoon. So that's the recipe here for sleet and freezing rain. The surface, we're still just barely below freezing. There may be some spots, especially southeast of D.C., that get slightly above freezing. And if that happens, then a cold rain may occur just on the back side of this weather maker. And that's 8 o'clock tonight. As you can see, precipitation will be out of here. We've already seen 4 to 5 up to 6 inches. We'll add another 2 to 3 for D.C. More snow to the north because we won't see that changeover to a wintry mix later today. This is mainly all snow closer to the Pennsylvania state line. So that's where we'll see the highest snow totals up to 12 inches or more as we go through today, and the additional ice accumulation up to 0.2 of an inch is possible. We'll have a look at the rest of the week coming up in just minutes.
Well, as the snow continues to fall, we're already seeing a wide range of closures across the DMV. The latest is the Smithsonian. It tells us all museums, research centers, and the National Zoo will be closed today and Monday due to this weather. Some local school districts have already canceled classes for tomorrow as well. Some of the biggest ones include Alexandria City Public Schools and Fauquier County Schools in Virginia. D.C. Public Schools and Montgomery County Public Schools already had planned closures for students tomorrow. Well, now D.C.'s Teacher Development Day will be virtual Monday. There are sure to be a lot more closures as the day goes on. 7 News does have you covered. Just head to our homepage and click the weather tab at the top of your screen.
And we're also keeping an eye on power outages all across the area. In Maryland, the Department of Emergency Management says the majority of people are in the green right now. We're glad to report that. So far, less than 200 customers are affected across the state. Virginia was hit first by this storm. They're experiencing more issues than anyone right now. Dominion reporting around 2,200 customers without power in D.C. These are the very latest numbers for you from Pepco. Some minor damage there, around 80 households experiencing outages right now. And Pepco says that it did prepare for this storm by increasing staffing. A spokesperson for the utility company saying that you can help them restore the power faster by staying off the roads.
If more people are out there, we're going to see events like pole hits, right? If people get into car accidents, that takes our resources away from outages caused by weather and diverts them to putting poles up. And so, stay home if you can.
At Dominion Energy, they are mobilizing hundreds of crews in Virginia, and they've called on out-of-state crews to help them as well.
Well, let's go live now to reporter Christian Flores, who's live for us in Fairfax County this morning.
Christian, tell us what things are looking like. Actually, we're going to give you another view of the city. As you can see, that the roads are still very much snow covered. And fortunately, from this vantage point, not a lot of people on the roads out there. There's Christian in Virginia to tell us what conditions are like there.
Yeah, hey, good morning, everyone. And we're starting to get a little bit of sunlight, but I don't anticipate a melt coming anytime soon. We're hearing and certainly feeling some of this snow turn to ice a little bit. And I want to show you something that we've been seeing all morning. We've been seeing people plowing this parking lot of this business park here in Lorton, and yet it's pretty constant, and we're still seeing a buildup of snow like this. What's happening is this is getting plowed, and just new snow and new ice, fresh snow is starting to cover it to the point where this is the mound where that plow is pushing and bulldozing some of that snow. You can see it's just about as tall as I am. And we also want to show you what it's looking like over here with the roads. I mean, because we're just off of I-95. There's a service road right here. And we've seen plows periodically all morning long where you just have a fresh snow covering what the snow plow is moving out. Now, we showed you a little bit ago, we saw a car doing donuts out here. Keep the donuts in the Krispy Kreme. Let's stay inside. Let's not drive on these roads, and let alone doing donuts out here. We also have I-95 right here. Starting to see a lot of VDOT crews, but luckily not too many vehicles. So these are obviously road conditions that we're going to be paying attention to for the rest of this morning. And as soon as we see anything more and new updates, we'll be sure to keep you updated. Reporting live in Lorton, Christian Flores, 7 News.
All right, Christian, thank you. So if you are out there in the suburbs where Christian is and you're wondering when the snow plows will come to your neighborhood, you can actually track them. Here's a live look right now at all the snow plows on Virginia roadways. All of those orange icons, those are trucks. There are separate websites for Maryland and D.C. too. We have a link on our website. And just a note, we spoke with Alex Liggett from Virginia Department of Transportation last hour, actually 2 hours ago in a 7 o'clock hour. He said that those plows will hit the main roads first. Those are the primary roads before they get to the neighborhoods and the back roads.
And our team coverage continues now with a look at the conditions in D.C. That is where we find reporter Felicia Ashley. She's been all over the city all morning long. So tell us where you are now, Felicia, back in your vehicle, and tell us what you're seeing.
Good morning, team. Yes, we are back in the vehicle. We are in Southeast now. I'm going to flip the camera around so you can get a view of these streets. This is 4th Street Southeast. We're just about to get on the highway because we're also headed towards the National Monument. But take a look at the sides. Take a look at this road right here. You can see, obviously, they all have been plowed and paved, but the snow just keeps coming down. So these layers just keep coming up. Now, look ahead because you see a ramp on our right that I believe we're about to enter. So it's these spots that we're starting to see some issues with when it comes to drivers, some sliding back a little bit, some having to especially slow down when they get on these roads. If you remember earlier, we were on Rhode Island Avenue, saw at least 5 cars slide back, their wheels turning and rolling, and the same thing around some of the areas near Union Market. Now take a look at the highway. It's honestly, you can't see the separation lines here, so this is where we're telling drivers to please take it slow, take it safe. You can still see some of the snow is kind of getting chunky in the middle of the road, so you know when you feel those ridges as you're driving. So that is when you have to take it slow and drive, and rather be careful, especially when you're merging on and off. So we're headed towards the monument around near downtown, so we'll keep you updated on what we see there. But for now, we are reporting live from Southeast, heading toward Northwest. Felicia Ashley, 7 News.
Hey, Felicia, we thank you so much for that update. And wherever you are enjoying the snow today, we want you to send us your photos. Just take out your phone right now, scan that QR code that's on your screen, and that is going to take you to the Chime In page of our website, WJLA.com. And we will be sharing your photos as well as your videos all morning long on our website and possibly on air. Also, stay connected during the snowstorm by downloading the free 7 News app. That is where you can find current temperatures, a live interactive radar, as well as the latest forecast.